Film Cafe. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody. I'm here with
Paul A. Presents it, known as the Moo Cow Moo.
And we're also a special guest,
Leila Toba.
Hey. So we are doing another haul video. This may be the last haul video. I kind of hope with my money that this is the last haul video that we do.
I'm still buying junk.
I know he is. Alright, so you go first, Paul.
Okay. I don't think I brought my reading glasses, but first I got a ton of stuff from Big Lots. First, starting off with Disaster LA, The Last Zombie Apocalypse.
There you go.
You can play the Vanna Wright role.
Yes.
I can't read it, so I don't know who's in there.
Wait for 1 second. She'll tell us.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then this is a film by Turner Clay.
Ooh.
And it says it has Justin Ray, Jared Meager, Stephanie Estes, Ron Hanks, Michael Tabor, Dennis Leach, Morgan Jackson.
She's a professional, you can tell.
Well, I've never heard of those names, I don't think.
Me either,
but
that's okay.
Actually, the one name Michael Tabor sounds familiar to me.
Okay.
Very nice.
He might be someone.
Next up, there's also with a bunch of names. It's called Bounty Killer.
Bounty Killer.
It looks like some kind of Mad Max-ish kind of a thing. I see a bunch of names in red. They probably mean something.
Has Matthew Marsden, Kristana Loken, Christian Peter, Barrick Hardley, Abraham Ben Roby, Eve Jeffers, Beverly D'Angelo, Kevin McNally, and Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
All right.
We love you, Gary.
Score.
We love you and your crazy ass.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, that's awesome.
Next up, we have a movie called Red House.
Red House.
I love Red.
Wow.
Red House is starring Kate French.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds like one of those classic films where friends are all out on a trip where they definitely don't expect to get murdered or haunted by ghosts.
Right.
But let's all check it out and find out, shall we?
Sure.
That's probably what happens.
I know Kate French. She's professionally pretty. That's what she does. Next, we have a movie from Fangoria Fright Fest, Roadkill.
Roadkill. Oh my goodness.
Roadkill has...
I really love having this assistant here. So awesome.
Well, they're not going to tell us who is in the movie. But it
Always
does say, Driven to Hell.
There you go.
There you go. So you're driven to hell.
There it is.
Next, we have an extremely silly-looking movie, which I think you picked up as well, called Wyvern. So
Or
it's some
Wyvern?
I think it's Wyvern.
Wyvern or whatever.
But it's definitely a CGI monster movie.
Ancient evil has come to feed.
Nom nom nom.
And let's see, the costume designer is Sheila Bingham, if that means anything to anyone.
Sheila. Take a bow.
Yeah, that's about it. Go ahead, Bingham.
Let me see if there's anybody big in this thing.
I don't think so.
The Stephen Monroe directed.
Oh, yeah, Stephen Monroe.
So I actually, that's pretty cool.
You go ahead, Monroe.
Next, we got a creature feature 4-pack.
Oh,
Four featured films including Dead Sea, Robo-Croc, Super Tanker, and Dracano.
Dracano.
Ooh, Dracano.
Yes, it's a volcano that spits out dragons. As you do.
Oh, dude, I remember I told you to pick that one up because you were
Right.
going to pick up one of them. You were
I
going
was
to pick
looking
up
up Robo-Croc.
Robo-Croc.
Because that
and I
looks
was
ridiculous and stupid.
and I have Dead Sea, which is
Bad.
yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's fun. It's fun bad. And, yeah. So there you go. A 4-pack with some creatures.
With Crapola.
Yeah, Super Tanker, though. That doesn't sound like that.
Speaking of fun crap with people that you know, we have Eye of the Beast with...
James Vanderbeek! Oh, what is it with this guy in bodies of water? Am I right?
Really slumming it these days. My
Poor
goodness.
guy.
Wow. Well, I actually think that he has ascended to a higher level because when
Probably.
you have the gall, the temerity to do a film like that, it's because you know your worth.
Absolutely.
This is the best kind of film, and I say, you go ahead, James Vanderbeek. You go ahead.
You know,
okay?
he has experience fighting horrible, naval monsters. I mean, had to work with Katie Holmes, right? So he's I'm kidding.
Oh,
Kidding. Last one in the group.
Oh, God, yes.
There's
Get
definitely
some ice.
people here. Definitely people here that we
I've
know.
seen it.
Mayhem. Mayhem. Walking Dead folks.
Yeah, it actually has Stephen Yen from The Walking Dead and Samara Weaving from
I love that name, Samara.
Samara Weaving was in she was in the new movie Ready or Not. And she was also in The Babysitter for Netflix. I don't know if you've seen that.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
I loved Babysitter.
She was the main girl in that, the babysitter
see
in
it.
that. She was
Totally
wonderful.
fun. You need to check that one out.
Check it out.
It's a
It is-
really good time.
It is a blast.
Good twist too.
Right, so I guess
We
we're
love you,
done with
Steven.
your first pile. Alright, so I've got my first pile, and starting it off with Dragon Wasps.
Another CGI critter fest.
We did a review of a movie called Tsunami before, and I'm
Tsunami.
hoping this is just as bad.
Oh yeah.
You know.
It was bad.
Dean Bohr from Shocking Horror Magazine describes this as a roller coaster of venom, stinging terror.
Ha!
What if he really said
Sting,
that in
sting,
like
sting.
seriousness or in like jest, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna put that on
Or
there."
give me $100 and I'll say it.
Very well.
Maybe. All right, let's see. Then next.
Don't mix them up.
Okay. Well, I also got the James Van Der Beek movie.
Oh,
'Cause I knew you couldn't
see,
pass
because
it
you
up.
all love James Van Der Beek and you love water, you thirsty bitches.
I just
I know.
love
I'm
crappy
just
movies.
saying.
But next, I also got Pastor Shepherd, starring
Nice.
Danny Trejo.
Yes!
Yay.
Danny Trejo, fun fact, is a friend of my boss at Jinkies.
Yay.
Nice.
He is a wonderful person. He is like truly an inspiration.
Nice,
so,
nice,
frankly, if Danny Trejo is in anything, I'm watching it. I'm just throwing that out
Does
there.
he ever
right
come
now.
in? Do you know?
I haven't met him yet, but I'm to understand that he does come in and wear.
See, he's like a
so-
Gary Busey, except, better and not quite as crazy.
Except for like a really good human. He has
Yeah.
that going for him.
Yeah, that's a good thing. He's not crazy.
Right.
You know, he just does a
He
lot
just
of...
looks maybe like he might be.
Now, another one I got is like a Western horror film called High Plains Invaders,
Ooh.
starring James Marsters, who was Spike on Buffy.
Oh, that's the one with all the little CGI critters.
Yeah.
I'm always down for a good Western, personally.
There you go.
I'm your Huckleberry, all
I
right?
do not like
Nice.
Westerns much. I will watch this because this looks silly. But I am not a Westerns fan. But, Paul knows that about me. I barely...
It's a shame. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of crap ones.
I mean, to be frank, though, there is a critter going through a woman's eye on the back, so this looks like a very promising feature.
There you go. So you know it's a serious drama.
Yes, exactly.
With good acting and good graphics.
All right, then I got a Mark Dacascos movie, and Matthias Hughes and a bunch of other names I don't know. But Ultimate Justice. There you go. It looks silly and fun and just like a big B action movie.
Not bzz, bzz, bzz kind of thing.
No, not that kind of B.
I mean, there's flying bullets and a gang of friends. What more could you ask for, people?
Exactly. There you go. All right. Then I got actually I don't know if it's going to be a good movie or not, but I don't know. You said it was okay, right?
It was kind of meh. It
It was
alright.
kind of meh. But it's John G. Alvinson, one of my favorite directors. He did like Karate Kid and Rocky.
Heck yes.
So
Those
it's
are the best.
I also got Marlon Brando, George C. Scott,
Ooh,
and
wow.
Mark Keller. So it's called The Formula.
The Formula.
I have no idea if it's going to be any good, but it's also got commentary by John J. Alvinson, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, it's not a bad film.
If you ask for my honest opinion, Marlon and Brando and George C. Scott are a formula that's good for anything. So
There you
that's
go.
probably where it got its name, if we're being
I
honest.
like the clever wordplay.
There you go. All right. Next, I have a movie called Maps to the Stars.
Ooh.
I'm in LA, so might as well get a movie that's I'm hoping about LA.
I mean, it's not about astronomy?
Probably. Well, maybe.
I thought it was a Stephen Hawking film.
There you go.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But it's got Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore,
Is that too
Mia.
Julianne Moore, people.
Mia something or other. I can't say her name right. Can you say that?
Wasikowska.
Oh, yeah,
Perhaps.
yeah, yeah.
Am I saying that right?
I think so. That looks like it's
I
right.
know.
Oh
her.
my god, it's got John
Cusack.
Cusack in it, people. John Cusack.
And
And
it's
then
got
last
the-
but not least, Cedric Diggory, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I-
There you go.
Fucking love Robert Pattinson.
Maybe
you
we'll have to
guys.
watch this sometime. you
Robert
know.
Pattinson, if you see this,
Well, I also got the other movie that he mentioned, Wyvern. I guess that's how you say it.
Yeah. Why
I mean, these must be really good if you guys both felt the need to have it, is all I'm saying.
Really
so
good
really
as
check
in
out
really
those
bad.
films, am I right?
Well, it's pretty bad, but good bad.
should
you
be
know.
fun.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
So then I got 2 Blu-rays,
Ooh,
too, from the
fancy.
Dollar General.
Big Lots.
Or Big Lots. Why I say Dollar General? I'm used to going there to get stuff, but now it's gonna be Big Lots.
We're not the East Coast anymore.
So I got 2 Blumhouse movies, of course. So one of them is called Incarnate. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. It looks.
Who's in that?
Well, it has Aaron Eckhart in it,
Okay.
who we all know to be an amazing actor, and it looks like Carice Van Houten, who I'm not really familiar with.
Oh yeah, she's from Game of Thrones.
However, Aaron Eckhart is known from Hung, if you all are familiar with that show.
No.
So, let's see.
but
All that I see is a crucifix going through someone's mouth, and faith has failed us.
Carice Van Houten is the red lady and the red priestess.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And,
Well, all right then. All right then. Go ahead, Carice.
Yeah. All right. And then we got The Gift, which stars Jason Bateman,
Yes, Jason Bateman. Also call me.
Rebecca Hall, and Joel Edgerton. So all of who have been in a lot of stuff, and
there you go.
so it's called
Anything
The
with Jason Bateman, in my opinion, is going to be good. Like, even if you don't like the movie, just watching his performance is going to be spectacular.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic.
All right.
Absolutely.
Even Teen Wolf 2.
Absolutely. Even more so.
Even more so.
I love Teen Wolf. Fight me.
All right. So my second group from Big Lots, because I went nuts
This
there.
looks good. Oh, it's Miguel.
Hard Ride to Hell. Yes,
Oh
with Miguel
my
Ferrer
God.
and
You know
other
Miguel
folks.
Ferrer is
Oh.
one of my favorite actors of
Yep.
all time. I
He's
absolutely
cool.
love him in Twin Peaks as Agent Albert Rosenfield.
Who else is in there?
And yeah, we just lost him pretty recently,
I know, it's
so
a shame.
major heartbreak there. But yeah, the graphics, actually the cover, I like the artwork on it. It's really nice.
And this is the unrated,
gonna be a killer
uncut
trip.
version.
Yeah,
Let the sacrifice begin.
That'll be good.
I love
Then we have more slumming here because we have Day of the Mummy with Danny Glover.
Oh my God,
Danny Glover's
Glover.
really been getting, some crap lately.
We have these halls, and yeah, Danny Glover pops up every now and then. That's kind of sad.
And William McNamara is
Yeah.
also in this.
There you go.
Okay. Next, we got another Fangoria Fright Fest.
Yes.
Hunger. Not The Hunger, Hunger.
Ooh, I think I've seen this one.
So I think they're good, starving people to death.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what's
Human
going on.
subjects put to the ultimate test.
Does that have some cool special features now?
Yeah, that looks really cool.
No.
I'm going to eat like a giant pizza while I watch it.
Oh, it's got commentary, I think, on it. So, director's commentary. So at least it's got something cool. Extra.
All right. Next, we have the folks who gave us Blair Witch and Lord of the Rings, supposedly.
That's an interesting combination.
Lovely,
Right.
lovely Molly.
Lovely Molly. It's got a good cast to it, too. Read the cast
Yeah.
list right there.
Yeah, we've got Gretchen Lodge, Johnny Lewis, and Alexandra Holden.
Johnny Lewis, I believe, was in Sons of Anarchy, if I'm correct. So that's how I know him.
Harrowing, chilling, says the New York Times. So if New York Times gave it the time, that means it probably is worth
There
watching.
you go.
All right. There
Next,
you go.
Dread Central's Monsterland. And I'm telling you what, there's an evil brain with tentacles on the back. So
Oh God, well you know I
What-
love tentacles.
As soon as I saw that, I knew I had to get it.
We'll show you that real
Yes.
quick.
Knew I had
This
to
is
get
my
it.
favorite monster so far in all of this haul
Outstanding.
because anytime tentacles are in, I'm there. I'm a big Cthulhu person.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, yeah, this is like some kind of like post-apocalyptic Cthulhu kind of thing going on,
Sweet.
which looks really cool.
The Sleeper Awakes.
I mean, I'm here for it. Let's go.
All right.
Next, I think this is also a Western, Revelation Trail. I don't know who's in that.
Let's see. Who is in that?
It looks like it's under the tag.
Well, it's right here. So
Yeah.
Daniel
Van
Van Thomas, Daniel Britt, Robert Valentine, and Jordan Elizabeth Getling. Don't know
Don't
any
know
of
any
these
of them.
people, but hey, maybe it's good. You never know.
Or terrible.
Or terrible.
Either way, I win.
Yeah.
Next, we have a movie I'd heard about. It's a Finnish movie, actually, called War of the Dead.
Ooh.
And it's about a group of Finnish soldiers and American soldiers who go into Russia to find some Nazi soldiers, Nazi Russians or German soldiers who are hiding out and like take their bunker away. And turns out the Germans are actually undead and they have to fight undead Nazis.
Undead Nazis.
As you do.
I have heard about this one, so I'm personally very excited about it because any chance you get to kill a Nazi is wonderful. If you get to kill them twice, even better.
Nice.
This one features Andrew Tiernan, and that is the only name that really got the billing in the description.
Yeah, I think the rest are Finnish actors.
Yeah, so.
So he's like the only American?
I think
Yeah, so I
wow.
wonder, is this one going to have subtitles, do you think? Or.
Possibly.
I would hope so. Otherwise,
Or it'll be in
I
English.
like watching it in the original
it says in
language.
English. It says English.
See,
Oh, okay.
So it's probably
we
dubbed.
watched, Gary and I watched Bunny the Evil Thing, and it was part in Swedish and part in English. So they kind of went back and forth. So you ended up getting the gist of what they were saying.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting, but there were no subtitles. You're going to probably flip out over this next one. Because
Oh, give it to me.
this is the 2-disc collector's edition of something called the Mutant Chronicles, and look who is in there.
Oh my goodness, you guys. We have Thomas Jane, Ron Perlman, and John Malkovich.
Malkovich.
I mean, it says on the cover to have faith, but I don't think I need it with a cast like that.
Exactly. There
If
you
you
go.
like Hung, that's
Is that Thomas Jane? I
That's
confused
Thomas
Aaron
Jane.
Eckhart earlier. So, yeah, forgive me for that. Aaron Eckhart, I think, did the Thank You for Smoking movie.
Yes, he did.
Was
yes.
that right? So I don't know
is.
why that I confused him and Thomas Jane so much.
And then Thomas Jane also did The Punisher, and he's done a bunch of stuff. He's actually a really good actor.
Yeah, he's
We
very
were talking
prolific.
about him the
as
other
an
day.
actor.
Yeah, we were, because he always plays a heavy, and then in Hung, it was actually a comedy, and I
Right.
loved it. It was one of my favorite shows on HBO with Jane, oh God, I can't remember her name.
Jane Addams?
Jane Addams, whom I also love. And
Nice.
it was a great
Gotta check it out.
combination. It's a lot of fun.
Alright.
And then the last one is the only Blu-ray I have, but this is Elias Kazan, Panic in the Streets. And of course,
That's,
he is on the waterfront. He's one of my favorites. So he's a great director. I've actually never seen this, so this should be interesting.
This is awesome. It's also an old-timey one, so
Yeah,
it's
it
good to
looks-
kind of be able to switch back and forth and like look at where horror has come
It
and
looks like a film
where it's
noir.
going, because you've got all of these films that have like the graphics in them and the bad CGI, but then you've got like a really nice classic
Like
film
this,
noir, so
you know,
you've got quite an
With an
array
excellent
here.
director.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no questioning that man's work.
I still need to see A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I keep hearing that's freaking wonderful, and that's the same director. Alright, so my last ones are from
Da, da, da,
Dark
da.
Delicacies. And so I got two of them, basically, and then they had a thing where they were actually giving us one, for free, because like somebody brought a bunch in and they just gave it.
And where was this that you purchased this one at?
Dark Delicacies.
Awesome. We love you,
Yay.
Dell. We love your bookshop. You're amazing.
So the first one I got, actually Dell signed it, as well as I'm not sure who the person at the top is, but I should have asked, but Dell wasn't around when I asked, and the lady didn't seem to know a lot of the stuff. But it's Dahmer versus Gacy.
Yes.
A wrestle-off.
I mean,
I gotta tell you, this has got the most amazing cast
really?
of B-movie stars. So it's directed by Ford Austin, who also stars in it. But it's got Harlan Williams, who you might remember from
Rocket Man?
Rocket Man, yes.
Yeah, he was a very famous comedian in the 90s, for
Yeah.
sure.
Randall Malone, who's been in a lot of these B movies. Let me see the other ones I know everybody would know. Alyssa Dowling, who's really big. Felissa Rose is in it.
Yay.
Let's see, Lee Perkins, Brooke Lewis, who I'm good friends with. Erwin Keys and Art LaFleur. So it is a big movie. So I can't wait to dive into that.
But hasn't everyone kind of wanted to see serial killers like really go at each other?
Sure,
Like, haven't you
sure.
ever like just sat around with your friends having coffee and thought to yourself like, I wonder who would win, Jack the Ripper or
You
Albert
know,
Fish. So this is kind of one of those
it would
chances
be
where that's imagined and that's really fun already.
If like you were going to face off against somebody and like, okay, you raise your favorite 10 dead serial killers and I'll raise my
That's what
10.
I'm saying.
And then they have a big
Did
battle.
we just invent a board game?
Yes,
Yeah, that's a board game right
or
there.
a card game.
That's right. Yeah. I think
And a
we
movie
just did.
franchise.
Absolutely. I would. Yeah. I mean, I think that's something that we talk about all the time. Who do you think is worse in this serial killer?
Right,
and I
right.
guess now if they have a chance to face up at each other, we really get to see maybe.
Awesome.
It's a nice
Maybe.
chance to imagine that.
So my next movie is a movie. I know the director on Facebook, but he's actually from Los Angeles, so hopefully I'll get him to sign this at some point. His name's Aaron K. Carter, and he did a movie called Dead Kansas, and this looks pretty cool. So I'm excited to check it out.
Maybe because he's from LA and he went to Kansas just the one time he assumed it was dead.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is like an actual account of what his experience was like as he drove through cornfields. But we'll see.
Maybe.
I guess
we'll
we'll
find
know
out.
once we watch it, won't we?
I'll have
We
to
will.
show you Corn Man someday then.
Oh,
'cause
good.
Heck
Goodness
yeah,
gracious.
show me Corn Man.
Corn Man
I
is
love
the,
corn, and
the
I
greatest,
love men.
the greatest superhero saving the world one kernel of corn at a time.
That's right.
And
That
his-
sounds fantastic.
don't forget his sidekick, Butterboy.
Butterboy.
That's amazing. It seems like he's been at this house because I have a 24-pack of
Sweet.
kernels and popcorn, and then somebody shows up with a 15-pack. I mean, has Corn Man been here?
I'm just gonna have to move here with my 10,000 crappy movies and,
You absolutely have
and
to
2,000
be here.
really good movies, and yeah. So
Here we go.
Absolutely. Or just come visit a lot.
Barn of the Blood Llama. You definitely want to see that.
I want to see all of this. I'm so excited. I mean, this is like the night of my life. This is what I moved to LA to do.
Yay!
Absolutely.
So what else you got there?
All right, so last one, period of my collection, and he's got what, 4 more or so?
Nice.
I've got the last one I got from Dark Delicacies is the movie that we picked up, and it's got Agnes Bruckner, Patricia Clarkson, and Bruce Campbell.
Campbell!
Campbell!
Yay!
And-
I mean, if we're honest with ourselves, isn't Bruce Campbell, while we all truly love B horror films, like, wasn't he kind of like the father of that in a lot of ways for us?
And it's directed by Lucky McKee,
Oh,
who
look at
you
you.
might know from the movie.
Sea Girl.
Bruce Campbell,
well-
also call me.
He also did a movie called May that got him
Oh
famous.
yeah.
Oh,
May.
May, yeah.
May's
Yeah.
really good.
And so he did this
Peculiar.
movie, The Woods. I met Agnes Bruckner. She actually went to Scares I Care.
That's right.
So she was really sweet, and I wish I had this then. I would have got her to sign it.
You guys should come back to Scares the Care. It's fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there you go. So The Woods.
All right, so my next group is also from Dark Delicacies plus one. And first one is a freebie, which I unfortunately now remember I think I may already have. But that's okay. It is Deer Woman.
Dear Woman.
Yep.
Heck yes.
It's a woman who becomes a deer and kills people. 'Cause
This is
that's what
amazing.
happens.
This is some Lilith stuff right
There you go.
here. So, I mean, women, we
It's a
love
Native American
magic.
spirit of some kind.
Oh, wow. So even better.
And
Very
it's
cool.
directed by John Landis.
John Landis.
I don't think it's actually directed by
Yes,
John
it is.
Landis. Is it?
Yeah,
I
that's
believe
Master
that's
of Horror.
You sure it's
says
not one
from
of
the
the-
director of An
from the
American
director.
Werewolf in London, John
Okay,
Landis.
so there you go.
Yeah. Fight
No,
Saul.
it's Masters-
Maybe the next horror movie will be you guys fighting it up against each other about directors.
It'll be an evil, it'll be Cow Woman then because that's what
Oh
I'm.
my
It'll
goodness.
be the cow woman.
But no, no, this is part of the Masters of Horror series. And so,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And they had like a whole bunch of really good directors. Lucky McKee was one of them, and Sick Girl was one of them.
Right.
And a bunch of other movies. And this was, I don't even think I own this one yet, but I have a whole bunch of them.
And
you know.
speaking of women that are professionally pretty, my goodness, it looks like her name is Cynthia Mora. She is absolutely stunning. So yeah, if you're in it for the beautiful
Very
deer
nice.
changing women, this film's for you.
Oh
There you
dear.
go. Oh dear.
So, vampire, robot, laser, penguins. What do you think?
I'm in.
You see,
But do we get roller skates? I mean ice skates.
we can put that in there.
I mean, but you know, roller skates on ice on penguins. I mean,
Absolutely.
because why
'Cause
not?
How else can they? I mean, because they otherwise they waddle too slow. So you got to give them roller skates.
Absolutely. They may not know what to do with blades.
See.
Right.
All right. Next one is one of the ones I bought because this has got everybody in it.
It's got a lot of raunch. as well.
Slumber Party Slaughterhouse, and you could just read off the people
Oh
who
my
are in
goodness.
there. Tiffany Shepis is in
Tiffany
there.
Shepis.
Joanna Angel's in there.
Yeah. Good
Wow.
God. Oh, Curly from Stick of Flesh.
Mm-hmm.
The main guy from that, isn't it? Holy cow. Okay, so Tiffany Shepis, Melissa Basilar, Katie Nisa, and Joanna Angel. So I think it's got a bunch of porn stars in it. Like, pretty much. Porn stars.
I mean,
and
two for the
scream
price
queens.
of one. You get
It's-
your horror, you get your sex.
It's
Why
supposed
not?
to be a horror porn comedy crossover.
It says the DVD game. It might be a game that you play.
Snap! Is this a game, guys?
There may be a game involved, but there's also a movie because it's on YouTube. It's at
This
least the trailer
DVD
for
game
it.
will play on any standard DVD player, so it turns out that this is also a game.
Nice.
So yeah, you got your porn, you got your horror. Now you've got something to play. I mean, this might be one of the best ones you all picked.
There
Yes.
you go.
Just saying.
And then the second one I bought is from Asian Extreme. It's a movie I also
yes.
heard about and wanted to get, but I didn't want to have to buy it off of Amazon because it was always very expensive. But The Wishing Stare. So that's really, really cool. So
I love the artwork on that. I think
that-
it's very beautiful.
that is about this Korean school. It's a very exclusive school that when you go into the dormitory, it has 28 steps. But if you count them out one at a time, every now and again, a 29th step will appear out of nowhere, and this fox spirit comes out and says, "I will grant you your wish."
Oh my god.
And but unfortunately, like all wish granters, you only see the positive things. You don't see the malevolent side of it.
Of course, yeah. So
So-
it's kind of like the elevator game with stairs,
Right,
though,
right.
If you all are not familiar with that, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, if I'm honest though, when it comes to Asian horror, I think it's some of the most terrifying work that's out
Some of
there.
that stuff's
Like,
really good.
You know, you think that you're talking about B and like you love all the camp and the humor and stuff like that, but Asian horror, it takes it to another depth of fear, and it's really good stuff. So this actually looks like a genuinely good movie to me.
So it should be good.
So you got that at Dark Delicacies as well?
I
Alright.
did.
Awesome.
And then the final piece of the haul is a movie I already have in DVD. However,
But you got a VHS.
I got a VHS
Yes, I love VHS.
from G.
Yes.
Mary Butler, and he signed it. And it is Double D Avenger, one of my
Wow.
favorite B stinky movies ever made.
And
'Cause
he
it's
signed
so
it right there.
ridiculous.
Oh my god,
Look at
that's
that.
amazing. I love VHS. I'm from the 80s, so
Right.
I'm a classic. I love VHS.
I have
Be
a ton.
kind, please rewind.
I have a ton of them
Exactly.
because there's a lot of movies that just never made it out to DVD or Blu-ray. The only way you can get some of them is VHS. So I got a whole bunch, and
And sometimes they're quite expensive also.
I just bought the software that will convert, so that I can actually.
Oh, but you need a VCR.
I know, yeah. I
And
do.
don't call it a VHS player. It's a VCR, people.
There you go.
Just saying.
But I'm gonna start doing some of them now for Indie Film Cafe. I can't wait.
Very cool.
Oh,
Yeah. So, well, thank you, Lila. This
Yes.
is awesome.
Thanks for
Outstanding.
having me.
Sure,
This
please.
was fun.
Yeah,
This
this
is great.
was. I'm sure I'll have you on for more since I'm going to be living out here in LA.
Yeah,
And
heck
everything.
yes. Anytime.
This is going to be fun. So thank you guys for checking this out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my new home for now.
Yay.
You know, and everything. So thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let us know what you guys think. And
Peace
how
out.
can people, check out your work, or like how to find you?
Well, right now I'm just working as a student, so...
Okay, well, your films or anything like that.
No, actually, a lot of my films haven't really been put out there, so
Not yet.
sadly.
Well, we're just gonna have to start making some stuff. And
I
put
mean, I
you-
guess I'm just gonna have to
as
go out to Hollywood and
lead
become
actress.
famous or something.
We're gonna have to make you lead actors. Well, I've already talked to him about you in a role. So.
I would love it.
Yes.
I would do anything for Jonathan. I guess I would
Aw.
do anything for you too. You're pretty good too.
Yay.
That's right. Pump it. We're like
What?
nerds on
The
a parade
hooves.
over here. We've
Hooves.
got hooves. We've got cow hooves. We don't know what we're doing. We're just heifers. It's fine.
Moo.
Well, thank you guys so much for checking this out, and please continue to check out indiefilmcafe.reviews and everything else that we're going. The links will be at the bottom. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.